Just do a quick send to bloop, bloop. All right, and we are live for the 7th episode of Comic X
Weeb.
That's right. I'm your co-host here, James, aka Comics for Cheap, aka I can't remember the aka that was hilarious that we came up with last time, but I'll save it for the next time. And I got my co-host with me here.
You got your boy, Chris, aka Black Santa, aka Cancel James, aka
That's right. That's what it was.
Super Cold Water.
That's right.
Remember now, the album's coming out in 2030.
No, wait a minute.
Around the corner.
Wait a minute.
What?
Because I feel like the last time that we were on, it was 2027, and now what happened? It was three. It's the 3 year pushback.
Why are you lying to the? Why are you lying?
What's going on?
Why are you lying to the people? Why are you lying to the people?
What's going down at the label?
Bro, I got shareholders. I'm pushing the date up. Okay.
Oh, okay. You're moving it forward.
Yeah. Moving forward. 2030, 2031 is right around the corner, bro. Like it's right around the corner. We're practically there.
Yeah, that's true. We are almost. Yeah. We're right there, right on the cusp of 2030. Yeah, absolutely. Oh Lord. But how you doing, man? It's been a week.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing all right, man. Got some interesting things that's come up. I got to know when we finish this off screen, we'll talk a little bit more about some things about the video I got coming out.
Okay.
Because the equipment has some crappy stuff with the equipment and sucked. Okay. But either way, we'll talk about that a little later, man. But how you doing? Because you had a trip, bro.
I did just have a trip. So I went to Detroit on Saturday. Flew into Detroit early in the morning. That's right. And from Detroit, I met up with Justin, and we went around to different comic shops. And then we just went back to his house and chilled and watched ridiculous movies. And then from Detroit on Sunday morning, we drove out to Columbus, Ohio. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Hey, Jeff got his shirt. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
That's what's up.
So from Detroit, we go to Columbus, Ohio really early in the morning, and that's where we did the show. The show was held at a Marriott in a very large like hotel banquet hall type place. And there were a lot of good vendors there. A lot of people turned out for it, and it was a lot of fun, man. We ended up getting some good stuff, and spent a good $3,000, I think, at the show. Yeah. Then we didn't end up hitting any shops in Columbus. We just kind of took it easy, went got some Mexican food, hung out, got ready for the auction, did the auction that night. We had our buddy TM who lives in Ohio, Tyler. He came down and hung with us, so that was cool. And yeah, we had a good time, man. It was a lot of fun. Nothing crazy, no crazy drama or shenanigans or anything like that, which is always good. The cancel comics for cheap movement is still strong, which is good. And we had to do everything on Justice channel, and we kept making the joke because we always do it on the person's channel who's doing all the shipping. So since we were closer to Detroit, he's doing all the shipping. So, but we kept making the joke that I was canceled, so we had to do it on his channel now. So I'm retired now, apparently.
You're retired now.
I'm retired.
Damn, you retired before we even got to the goal, bro. That was quick.
That's right. But speaking of canceled, I know with me it's a joke, I understand, but like cancel culture, man, they are jumping so hard and so fast that anything that could possibly like try to eliminate, cancel out, everything like that. Like sometimes, yes, I do agree with it. I know we have talked before in the past about certain people saying things that they shouldn't say, but then other times, like what I think I just heard in the news, that NBC's trying to do a show called Expiration Date about a guy who gets a life insurance policy so he can kill himself in a year and set up his family to be good. Like, and so it's in concept, right? So no one's seen a script. They have one actor attached to it. That's pretty much it, right? And like cancel culture just came after them hard. Like, no, this is
People were
wrong. You
pissed.
can't do it. Yeah, you're messing with mental health, all
Yeah.
sorts of other stuff going on. It'll be like that show 13 Reasons Why that Netflix had to fucking censor because you know, apparently they said it caused an increase in teen suicide, and like all that other nonsense. And I'm just like, man,
Right.
we haven't even seen all we have is a summary. We have a brief summary. Imagine like I don't even know, any show, literally any show, you get a summary, and from there you decide cancel culture is just gonna wipe it out. Like even like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? Three
Yeah.
dudes and a chick run a bar and make a lot of really crazy, inappropriate jokes in Philly. That's it.
No, man, you're 100%
You
right.
know what I mean?
And what's funny about it, it's that way in like manga and anime too. Like a lot of stuff that comes over from Japan is completely censored when it comes over here. It could be names, it can be scenes. Hell, we can even take, and besides, it's been going on for a long time, but it's gotten a lot worse, obviously. But we can even go back to, when we was much younger. Look at something like Pokemon. There was like an episode where Jesse and James, I think it was like a gun was shown. James pulled out a gun or something, and they
Okay.
completely got rid of that episode and was like, no,
Really?
can't happen. And it's
And yet
gotten even worse now.
Tom
Much
and
worse.
Jerry, you watch Tom and Jerry, and Jerry's shooting
Yep.
Tom with a shotgun and stuff. Like that was and then we have to censor out what, like I just, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Or like Breaking Bad, if you just got a synopsis of that, teacher gets cancer,
Yeah.
knows he's gonna die, sells meth to students, or makes meth with previous student. Like, bro,
Right.
cancel culture would take that shit out immediately, and that was one of the greatest
Absolutely.
shows on television. So it's just like I don't know. Or The Wire,
Yeah.
about a corner, that sells crack. You know what I mean? And I think
Yeah.
that was in what, DC or Baltimore? I can't remember.
I feel like it was in Baltimore, maybe. I don't know.
Baltimore, I
But yeah.
think. I think you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like if you just get like little synopses of shows like this, and I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, man, it sucks, dude. Like it really sucks because a lot of times you don't get to see the real you don't
Dang,
get to
they
see
got
the
rid of
real.
Porky. They said Champ says they got rid of Porky the Pig hunting Bugs Bunny. I heard about the I think we talked
Yeah.
about the skunk that got canceled.
Yeah, we talk about Pepe Le
Pepe Le
Pew. They
Pew.
got rid of him because they said he was a rapist, basically. So they
I
got rid
mean,
of him. He
kinda,
was forcing kisses,
kinda, but if there's a lot of other stuff going on in that show. But yeah, so it is what it is. I guess this is just how society is and is choosing to be at this point. But hopefully a show is not just canceled because of a summary, or writers are going to start becoming a little more clever about how they pitch a show, and they're not going to reveal as many details, I think, to the public until it's actually written out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Real quick, I want to make sure I say, even though this episode we was talking about last week was really going to be a Dragon Ball heavy episode,
Oh yeah.
with James's trip, we both figured it would be in the best interest for it to show up next week's episode, so he can
Yes.
get a lot more time to actually enjoy the greatest anime of all freaking time.
Mhm.
So he's gonna do that. So I'm gonna sprinkle some other little anime nuggets throughout this episode. But something I
Yes.
really want to talk about with you, man. Something that
Yes.
really got me angry, man. Kind of pissed me the hell off, actually.
Uh-oh.
So we was talking about Miles Leonard, the Miami Heat center, who
Right.
was on the live stream and said something really stupid.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah,
actually
yeah.
got worse. And not
Oh
even with
no.
him. He's not even
Uh-oh.
the big target now. So
Oh
there was
god.
a high school game going on, and the commentaries for the game, it was while the national anthem was going on. I guess homie thought his mic was off. And while the girls took a knee because of the national anthem, and they felt that was what the best thing to do. That's what they wanted to do.
Okay.
He goes off on them, talking about he hopes they They get their asses kicked. He hopes they lose.
Wait.
He
So
hopes the other team blows them out.
is this just an announcer, or is this the same guy
This
that we
is
were talking about?
This is the guy who's supposed to be calling the game of the high school girls playing. But Seth, it gets even worse because, of course, he ended his stupid tirade by calling them the N-word.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
Now, what really got me angry, not because he was just that stupid, but his apology, if you want to call it a apology, afterwards, where he goes in there and he's like, well, you know what? I was a youth pastor. I've done so much for children. I am a husband, a Christian, a devoted father.
What?
But that doesn't excuse everything I've done. I'm still wrong. But this is the part right here. He says the reason why he did it, because he knows why he did it, apparently. He said the reason is because he is a type 1 diabetic, a type 1 diabetic. And because of that, his sugar was off. What? And when his sugar is off, he tends to sometimes say things that he would normally not say when his sugar is normal.
What?
What? And then,
bro, you telling me? Hold on.
He goes on to say he's not a racist. He doesn't feel he's a racist.
No, it's just the diabetes, bro. Come on. Bro, if this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. So you're telling me that his blood sugar dropped and that caused him to say some racist shit.
Yes.
That is absolutely the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. I have heard a lot of excuses, Chris.
Yeah.
This one is definitely like the top of the list. Golly. Yeah, give him a Snickers. This is a Snickers commercial. Comic Book Champ says they could use it. Bro, a guy just pops in right before he says the N-word and gives him a Snickers, like shoves it right in his mouth. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
I'm laughing now, but I was like really annoyed.
Dude,
that's I was like reading this.
No, that's like what in the hell, man?
Because this dude had the nerve to really he was serious. He was like, I don't believe I'm a racist.
So
and
wait,
I'm like,
so it was a mic like they were broadcasting on TV, like that kind of a mic, or was he broadcasting it to like the whole arena? Because how do you not know this?
That I'm not for sure. I don't think it was the whole arena. I think it was just like the people can hear. I don't know. I'm not for sure actually. Maybe the whole arena did. I'm not really for sure. That's a good question. But what I do know is obviously we heard it and we know about it. Yeah. And what's funny about it is this dude. Like I said, he went on to say he doesn't feel he's a racist. And I'm sitting here like, bro, even back in slavery, a lot of them dudes was like, I'm not a racist.
Right.
That's not just me spitting that out. That's actual facts. Mm-hmm. There was people back in the slavery days saying they didn't think, the slave owners saying they didn't think they were racist at all.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you're not. Guess what, homie? Yes, you are.
Guess what, buddy?
It reminded me. I don't know if you heard about this one. Did you hear about this one too? It was like a year or two ago. I think it was last year. The Charlotte Hornets, they had an announcer for their team who was tweeting out a game. I think it was the Hornets against the Nuggets, or it was Washington against the Nuggets. I can't remember the team, but the Nuggets is the key thing. He typed it in and sent out the tweet, but it didn't say Nuggets. You can guess what it actually said.
Oh, dang. I think you did tell me about this when we worked together. I do think you actually told me about this one. I kind of remember you selling, because I think I was like, well, how did it autocorrect from Nuggets? You know what I mean? If you weren't commonly typing that into your phone. Yeah, right, exactly. And he said that it, like, your phone doesn't automatically put any kind of profane thing in there if you're not regularly typing it out. That's why every time I say what the fuck, it comes up as what the duck or whatever, because it'll switch it. So I know, unless you got some racist ass phone,
Yes, his
T-Mobile
phone
T-Mobile
sabotaged him.
issues an apology. We're very sorry. we pre-programmed these phones in a terrible way. Like, that's just
To
ridiculous.
take you down, bro.
Right.
But no, man, that thing made me mad, dude. I was like, I can't believe this fool really sitting here saying he gonna blame this crap on diabetes. Like, are you serious? You were racist because of diabetes, bro. Your sugar was off, so that's what happened. Okay.
We're trying to find a cure for diabetes. It's killing many Americans, and most importantly, it's making them racist.
Yep. Apparently, that's the key thing. Making them racist, apparently.
Diabetes making people racist since 1905. Like, it's just, that's the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my entire life, dude.
It's dumb, ain't it? Like, seriously, come on, man. Like, Miles Leonard, obviously the Miami Heat star.
Yes, let's talk about the Miles
live
thing.
stream. Yep, he did his live stream, playing Call of Duty or whatever, got angry, and then said a very offensive word to Jews.
This JBK says the phone must have come from a little-known Apple iPhone manufacturing plant in Alabama.
Alabama,
Mama Jamma.
Exactly. So he said,
so he's on a live stream and he says something offensive in an angry way, right? It wasn't any kind of joking way. It was in an angry way towards the Jewish community. And then says, what did he say as far as his excuse?
He said he didn't know what the word meant. Right. Now, here's my problem with that. If you don't know what a word means, now, one, you knew it was offensive because you use it in an offensive way. You start off by saying effing, why am I so PG? Fucking, and then you went on to say the Jewish word.
Right.
Yeah. So you went on to say that and then continued on playing. So you knew it was an offensive thing in terms of, like, you knew it was a disrespectful word. Maybe not necessarily like offensive, but you knew it was something you say when you're trying to, show off on somebody. But you gonna go and say, "Oh, I didn't know what it means." Guess what? I don't know what the exact definition of the word was, but I knew it was offensive to Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure you at least knew that, and you still decided to use it.
It doesn't make it. If you didn't know what the word meant, then you shouldn't have used the word.
You shouldn't use it.
Then and it's not an excuse because 100% he knew what the damn word meant. Because, like you said, he was saying it in an angry way, and then also said, was talking about Jewish people as well. So it doesn't make any sense to me that he would choose to do that. But it's just whatever. What's up, Roscoe? I hope you're doing well. But yeah, so there's just a lot of craziness as far as that's going on. Another thing that's like in the news, but not really pop culture. A lot of people were talking about the stuff with the Uber driver who caught on dash cam the 3 girls who were throwing an absolute riot in his backseat. And when he pulled over to try to get them out, they freaked out, took his mask off, like coughed in his face or whatever. One refused to wear a mask altogether, then refused to get out of the car until they said they were calling another Uber and would not get out of the car until the other Uber came out. He has it all caught on the webcam. They like tried to take his phone to smash his phone or whatever, get out of the car finally, and then pepper spray into the car as they left. And then, absolutely obscene behavior and just ridiculous. And then he had to fight with Uber to get a cleaning thing, like the fee or whatever. And they only gave him like $100, but I don't think that's even what they gave him to begin. I think they gave him like $10 or something. And then he was like, "Man, I can't drive for the rest of the day. It smells like pepper spray in my, like, you can't get into a car that's been pepper sprayed for a good day. Right. You gotta really deep clean it out and then just leave it with the doors open to get all that out." So it's like it's taking away his money. You're taking away from him having to go out of pocket to clean. Yeah, so these girls then go live on their social medias later bragging about the incident, of course. And Uber sees what happens and shuts them down. It basically says you cannot use Uber anymore. And then they're like, "Oh, that's fine. We'll just use Lyft." And then Lyft steps in and like, "We're going to shut you down as well." So they like shut all of their stuff down and ban them from the platform too. which I thought was a good move on both of their parts. But still, I was just like, what is going on? People are crazy. You know what I mean? Like, we're in a pandemic.
People are freaking crazy, bro.
You're using an Uber. This person literally is putting their life on the line to come pick you up because you don't have a car, and you know, and driving you to whatever your destination is, and then you're going to be straight up disrespectful to them about everything and anything, and then pepper spray them in their own car. Like, come on, man, it's crazy,
bro. People are wilding, bro. People are freaking wilding to go that far. Like, that's just. I am happy though that Uber and Lyft stepped up and was like, nah, you know what? Your asses can walk. You ain't allowed to come on. No one's gonna pick you up from our company like that. We're just gonna be like, no, we're not dealing with your kind of crap. And I'm happy they did that. That's what's up. Stepping up that way is pretty cool, actually.
Yes.
So good on.
All right, now let's move into some comic news. Chris, have you heard about?
I got one thing for you. Drew Brees' retirement. What do you think about that?
Good for him and his 50 kids. It's about time, Drew. Well, honestly, I'm not surprised. He's a GOAT. He's a legend. I think breaking all of his freaking ribs kind of woke him up a little bit to say, hey, you know, your body can't keep up with it anymore, bud. And he still performed admirably, having broken so many, like, what is it, like a whole side or something that he broke?
He was really banged up.
Yeah, so definitely one of the best. But I'm glad that he is protecting his personal health because I couldn't imagine what would happen next season. These dudes are getting, like, you know, it's fresh dudes every year, every season. It's these new kids that are eager to prove themselves, 22, 23-year-olds coming out, and you keep getting older and they stay the same. You know what I mean? Because
most
of these dudes ain't lasting more than 4 or 5 years. So, you know, every year you're getting these new people that are 22, 23 years old, ready to beat the crap out of you to prove themselves. And you're getting older. So good for him. I'm glad he's going down as a legend. I know it. And but I'm glad that he's going to.
He's number 1 or 2 in so many passing records. So yeah, he's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. Even though for quarterbacks, the Hall of Fame is totally different. For wide receivers, it sucks because there's no excuse or no reason why Terrell Owens was not a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I know their reason for it. They used his off the field, quote unquote, stuff against him, which was bull crap. But either way,
the dude who would celebrate all the time like crazy, right?
No, they were saying that a lot of people, and Skip Bayless made this term famous. They called him Team, you know, T.O. for Terrell Owens. His initials he called by T.O. So Skip Bayless called him Team Obliterator because every team he was on, he would basically turn half the locker room on his side, the other half against him or against somebody else, and he would mess the chemistry of the team up. So that's why he was called Team Obliterator, and like a lot of people use that against him, even though at first the Hall of Fame said they will not use stuff like that against you because T.O. never got in trouble off the field. He never did anything wrong. He just had he got into it with his quarterbacks and this and that.
Stir the pot a little bit.
Right, I mean, but you look at
I remember his celebration.
Like, he can literally say, obviously it would be, a lot of people say Jerry Rice is the best receiver, but Terrell Owens can say I'm the best receiver, and he can have an argument for that. Same with like somebody like Randy Moss. Those are the 3 greatest receivers of all time. And for him to be not a first ballot Hall of Fame for that crap, and not just looking at his on the field actions and what he did for these teams, was kind of messed up. But either way, the thing about Drew that I'm happy about, we don't have to see him, and this goes into like comics and superhero movies and stuff. He didn't have to die a hero. He got, at least you say he can die a hero, but he didn't have to live long enough to see himself become a villain. Right. Like, he didn't have to do that, which is really good because that's what's going to happen. Eventually, if he would have kept going, definitely at his rate, he's still good, but he was declining. He would have gotten turned on, and that would have just been, he would have got vilified, and that would have sucked. So I'm so happy that the dude said, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to go home. Everybody's not Tom Brady. I'm finished. I'm going home.
I'm going to go home to my 33 kids, make maybe like 2 or 3 more. You know,
he's not Phillip Rivers.
He does have a lot of kids, though, right?
I don't know, maybe 3. I feel like he only has 2 or 3.
It's
I don't
actually
think he
it's
has
actually a
more than
really good
that.
segue. I know he's anti-LGBTQ. He has made a few comments in that direction, and that's going to segue us into the new Captain America. Have you heard about this?
What's going on with Cap?
All right, so I'm going to read off the article because I just kind of know a little bit about it. But Marvel Comics has unveiled a new hero that would become the latest version of Captain America. As the United States of Captain America will introduce Aaron Fisher, a gay teenager who will wield the shield. All right, he's wearing like
Okay.
Captain America overalls and a sleeveless tee. That's kind of his uniform. Then he's got the shield and the mask,
A
cap
sleeveless
cap mask,
tee.
sleeveless tee.
Okay. I'm
And
guessing
yeah,
these are all in the cap in like the USA colors.
yes,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, like blue jean overalls with the star, and then like a almost like a wife beater underneath or a sleeveless
You're
tee.
definitely
And
gonna have to show me the picture of that. Like either send it to me or show it to me later because
I don't know. Can I share? Let me see if I can share the screen. Maybe I
yeah,
can.
yeah,
Share screen for Chrome tab. All right,
yeah. Okay.
there we
Let's
go.
take a
All
look.
right, so there he is. So he's right here.
Okay. All right.
And
That's Cap.
yeah, so it says, yeah, so this is Aaron Fisher, the gay teenager who will wield the shield. So he's brand new uh character, right? And
Yeah.
he's just the new guy who's going to be Captain America. So yeah,
Huh.
so I was scrolling through Instagram today, and I'll take it back off of here. I was scrolling through Instagram today, and unfortunately came across a lot of people that were just hatefully bashing just even the idea of a gay Captain America. And yeah, I had to screenshot and kind of expose him a little bit because it was ridiculous. I mean, it's just I like if you don't. Here's the thing: it's a made up
Mm-hmm.
character
Yep.
in a picture book. If you
Yep.
don't like it, you don't have to read it. Like, why are you mad that the drawing that you're reading, right, isn't a guy, like a buff guy fucking a chick all the time? You know, there are other people in
Yep.
the world, there are other characters.
Mm-hmm.
For it's my opinion, again, this is, you know, just for me. If you don't want to read something like that, then you don't have to read it. You don't have to sit there and bash and like shit on this character or this story or whatever, or how other people feel about this character or this story, or, you know, go straight to being extremely offensive, which is what they were doing, just because,
Yeah.
you know, the idea or the concept doesn't make sense to you, or whatever it is in your brain. Because I will tell you that I'm sure this is landing for you know, kids coming up that are, you know, might be gay, trans, you know, lesbian, and it's landing
Yeah.
for them in a very positive way, in the way that, you know, let's just say like Storm or Black Panther, or we were talking about Blue Marvel, would land
Yes.
for a black teen growing up and finally
Yep.
getting to see some representation in a main character
Absolutely.
in comics. So I just wanted to voice my opinion about that a little bit. Whether or not I read it, I don't know. If it's a good story, starts trending or whatever, I'll check it out. Not the hugest fan of Cap in overalls, but you know, I guess they had to change the costume up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm, you know, wouldn't just like hate on it just because of what it is. You know what I mean? Here,
I know
JBKS Dad
exactly what you mean.
says, James, I heard that this new Cap series is going to be a series of one-offs that will introduce characters that have been inspired by Captain America to do good in their communities. The overalls wearing guy has a trash can lid for a shield. He isn't taking the place of Steve Rogers or taking the real shield. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So, oh, well, then that's even better of a story. That is just the inspiration that Captain America has brought to all of us with different perspectives and viewpoints. You know, like it's not. Oh, I don't know.
No, I get exactly what you're saying. Because I'll be honest with you, me and you think alike in a lot of ways. But the thing that I think that and I guess it's the American culture, basically how Americans look at things, especially Captain America is, well, Captain America. So a lot of Americans have that mindset of he needs to be a Pacific way. He needs to, honestly, he needs to be a white blue collar guy who, banging chicks like you were saying, whatever, fucking this girl doing that, whatever. But the thing is, Captain America, I can see them going down the route of, especially after hearing that it's going to be, he's not taking the place. Because that was something I was thinking the whole time. I was like, so if he's taking the place of Captain America, what's going to happen to Captain America? Is he going to be a Captain America in another country or what? I was kind of confused on that. But it makes a lot more sense for him to be inspired by Captain America, because a lot of people are inspired by this person, right? And even in real life, Captain America and comics in general and comic book movies and stuff like that can inspire people. It makes them happy, makes them want to do more. And I can see the route them going with something like they're probably going to do a good job at displaying, depending on if they're brave enough to do it, they can do a really good job on displaying how much hatred gay people and lesbians and all of them get, and how they're picking on this guy and making this person feel really bad. But Captain America is the one that's really inspiring them. I can see Captain America showing up at some point to talk to him or help him get out of a situation, and try to make a feel good moment out of a really bad situation.
Or like keep telling him to keep getting back up or it'll get better, that kind of thing. Which he does
something like that.
Very much in the movies too. Like, oh, I can do this all day when he keeps getting back up, because they keep pushing him down or standing up to bullies or stuff like that. I mean, Captain America is a very influential and inspirational character. And,
that's his whole thing.
Doesn't just have to
Captain
be.
America's that's probably his greatest power is his leadership.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, Captain America is a guy in reality who just hits a little harder than a normal person. He has his serum to really get things done. It's like in that scene in I think it was Avengers 1 where Iron Man was just like, who are you without your serum? And then he was like, well, who are you without your, without your suit and everything?
Without the suit, yeah.
And then Iron Man completely owned that dude. And was just like, yeah, I'm rich. I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah,
I'm
rich,
genius.
philanthropist, playboy, whatever.
Yeah. And then Black Widow's in the background. Yeah, that's true. Like everybody's just like, yeah. He
Black Widow don't got no room to talk either.
I know, because she's the Walmart version of him. So, I mean, she's the Russian Walmart version of him. So it's
the Walmart version.
I should say Walmart. I'm sorry, the Great Value version. I guess Pat would be the Walmart, and she would be the Great Value version. My bad. She's the Great Value version of my man Steve. So I mean, come on, we know how that goes. I mean, we know it's true. She got a serum that's not as good as Cap's, and that's just how that goes down. Even though I do hope they actually really touch on that kind of stuff in her movie and everything. But either way, whenever that comes out.
The movie that's coming out in 15 years. Dude, that movie's going to come out after your album.
Bruh. If it wasn't for the fact that the shareholders are like, you can't hit this dude with this. I'm about to fry you, boy. I'm about to go ham, hit you with these bars, bro. Bruh, it's about to heat up in here, yo. I can hear the beat. Man, I gotta calm down. Last thing I need is my agent coming over here being upset, knocking on the door, bitching and everything, saying, you can't do this. I don't need to hear that crap right now.
Of course.
Anyway, so yeah, that's Captain's biggest thing though, is his leadership. Like when everybody goes down and things look terrible, even when the heavy hitters are down and everything looks bad, you count on Captain America to give the troops, to inspire the troops, get everybody pumped up and say something that's going to get everybody back on their feet and ready to go. And Cap has done that pretty much through his entire existence of being Captain America, because he's not the strongest, he's not the smartest, but he's one of, if not the best leader. So it would make sense for a lot of people to be inspired by the guy.
JBK's dad says Chris is 100% right. Captain's main power is the power of inspiration, as written by Frank Miller in Daredevil, a soldier that has the voice that could command a god and does. It's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there because that is news that just came out recently about this character. And that's how I felt about it, and wanted to say our piece, because I have seen a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of people that just, back in my day, Captain America was this, this, and this. Like, this is why I only read the old stuff. Like, bro,
Yeah.
come on. Stories change and adapt. We can't tell the same story over and over and over again. And we should embrace the fact that stories and characters are, blooming and developing and progressing
Yeah.
in today's world. So yeah. I don't know where we're gonna go from there, but that's the that's a little segment on
Well, I
Captain
got where we
America.
can go from there, my friend.
All right, go
So
ahead.
the movie, the big one everybody's been talking about, it's coming out. It is almost time for the I'm about to say Jack Ryder? Zack Snyder, his movie, the big
Yeah.
one. I think it's Thursday. The Justice League, the one
This
that
Thursday?
everybody's been saying, all of the cast members been saying, this is the real version, the one that's great, the one that we wanted everybody to see. It's almost time, man.
I'm
ready.
excited. So
I am too.
I just talked to Alexis about it. I think I am going to cave and get like HBO Max or whatever, just so I can watch the Batman stuff, and then I guess all these little released movies that while COVID's going on, at least until we can go back into theaters, or I feel comfortable going back into theaters. But yeah, I'm excited, but also like the way that I'm excited, I'm kind of excited to see it fail and then just
I was
be
just gonna
like,
say, you're excited to see it not live up to the hype.
Because there's so much hype. This is gonna be a movie that it's so hard to please anybody because of all the hype. I mean, we've been talking about Snyder Cut for years, Chris. For years. And so, Zack Snyder making all these accusations and claims and just sweeping declarations, that this is how the movie was supposed to be, and I never even watched the other movie. Yeah, and blah 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 blah, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be this, that. Okay. No, okay, it better be good because you're not getting this chance again.
You're really not, because this is the thing. This was, since when the first movie first came out, the excuse was, well, this ain't the real version. This is the version that was cut down and a lot of things was taken out and recast and re this and re that. Okay, cool. And then that was somewhat of a little whisper, but then it got bigger and bigger and bigger, especially over the years till it's at where it is now.
He says, geez, my HBO password, it's these nuts.
Absolutely. Funny. So yeah, like I think that like they just like, I'm hoping that this movie doesn't, honestly, I can see it end up like Cyberpunk. And again, I actually love Cyberpunk 2077, but it was the most overhyped game to ever be in the last recent years, probably in the last 10 years, honestly. Right. No game has got this much hype where they were saying, oh, this is going to finally dethrone Skyrim, and this is going to be The Witcher 3 at an even higher level. This is going to be this is going to be that.
Well, while we're talking about that, actually,
because that just
brings up, as far as the hype with that Cyberpunk, that was a Keanu Reeves inspired, or like they used him for marketing and stuff, right?
Keanu Reeves is one of the main characters in the game, yes.
Yes, okay. So Keanu Reeves just recently also had a super hyped comic book that came out called Berserker, where I guess the character is him, or it looks exactly like him or whatever on the cover and stuff.
Definitely,
and everyone was hyping that book to no end. And since it dropped, I haven't heard shit about that book. Not a whisper, dude. Like, nobody's said anything about how good the series is. There were a million covers, of course, incentive stuff. Keanu Reeves is even doing a damn signing at CGC, like a private signing, for whatever book. I think they said it's going to cost $1,000 a signature or something stupid like that. So, like, I'm starting to wonder if Keanu is the one that's overhyping some stuff here, or what's going on. If he's just a really hot name and doesn't know what the power that his attachment has, or what. But
I will say, at least in a Cyberpunk
2 projects
case,
of media in a row.
Right. No, fair enough. But I will say this, at least in the Cyberpunk case, originally Keanu Reeves wasn't supposed to play such a big role. at least in the stories that we was getting told and the way they kind of advertised the game, Keanu was supposed to be like a big figure, but he wasn't supposed to play that big of a role. And then it seemed that, at least the way I was looking at it, it made it come across as people was just like, well, we have Keanu Reeves. We need to put him in this more and more. We're paying him all this money. Let's have his butt in almost every part of it. So that's what it seemed like to me, that they eventually went down that route, because at least from everything that's come out, they have just changed the entire story where Keanu Reeves is a big main person and he's with you through pretty much the whole game. Where in the original story that we was at least being told, Keanu Reeves' character is supposed to be dead, and then your character, who you create or whatever, your character was supposed to go like a year or two after Keanu Reeves' death or something like that. And then you were supposed to do whatever was supposed to happen. So he wasn't supposed to play that big of a role. He was supposed to be like, a big figure, but not such a big main character. Well, now he's literally your sidekick in that game. So,
wow. Oh, gotcha.
I don't know.
When did his hype even start, man? Well, I guess it was John Wick 2, maybe, or 1 or 2.
Keanu
Then
Reeves?
his hype, yeah. I mean, because look,
I mean, the Matrix, man. The Matrix.
Obviously,
really
the Matrix were huge movies, but as far as like Keanu Reeves, though, he still wasn't taken very seriously. Because I remember,
so?
I do think so. I think because you think about it, there was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There was something else. There was something else I can't remember. There was Speed, and then there was like Matrix. And Matrix obviously did the best, and it was looked at as one of the greatest movies. But him as an actor, he was still kind of looked down upon as like not being able to keep up as an actor. A comparison to like Lawrence Fishburne or some of the other characters and actors and actresses. Of course, by the third movie, the quality of the story kind of dipped a little bit too. So I don't think his name held hype, because think about it. After the Matrix, that bro disappeared for a minute. If his name held hype, he would be in fucking everything after that, right? All sorts of action movies and everything. But he kind of disappeared until John Wick was really the first time that like, oh, it's Keanu Reeves again, and then that movie crushed it. John Wick was insane. John Wick 2 blew records for the box office. And then, from there, it seemed like everything that he was doing was just kind of hyped up. Now, of course, his name is being tossed around in the ring for future Marvel projects. At first, we were hearing Ghost Rider. I can't remember what the latest one is that we were hearing from him. But yeah, now I'm worried that whatever that is going to be hyped to hell. But yeah, and so he's got the video game. He's got the comic book, Berserker. What else is he going? He's going to have like a rap album coming out soon. I mean, this man is in every platform available.
I mean, hold on now. I don't know who told you, but I guess I might as well break it now. Breaking news: Keanu Reeves is potentially on. Maybe he might be on one of my tracks. He might be a feature on one of my tracks. He might be.
Oh my god!
You just gotta wait for how to come out.
I would love for Keanu Reeves to just drop probably not a rap album, but just like a crazy heavy metal album or something where he's always on the front man for a metal band or something. That shit would be hilarious.
It's funny that you say that. So in Cyberpunk, I guess spoilers, in Cyberpunk, his character is technically, even though he is technically a terrorist, he's actually a rock star. His character's main, his thing was a rock star. So you actually have scenes where he's rocking out and doing bands and shit.
He does kind of look like a rock star. He looks like Dave Grohl a little bit. The dude from Nirvana / Foo Fighters. He kind of looks like him a little bit. So except with black hair instead of.
So he definitely does that in Cyberpunk. So he gets to live that dream in that. And if you want to see him sing and do all that, I guess you play Cyberpunk. You kind of get your dream there too.
Well, there you go. There you have it. John Wick, baby. I'm so excited. John Wick, baby.
No, seriously. In Cyberpunk, he's basically John Wick mixed with a rock star. He has all these crazy abilities, obviously, and he's, it's the future. So you got all these cybernetics and all this stuff. And he comes across as this badass. And he's a rock star.
That's the other thing.
Cool. He's an asshole.
Into a badass real fast too with that John Wick movie. Because again, Matrix, really cool. but he was still like a nerdy tech dude. Like that's
Yeah,
technically what he was supposed to be in the Matrix, and then they
right.
morphed it as that movie was so popular.
Yeah, the
But yeah,
chosen,
like
the nerdy chosen.
all the training, Keanu as Namor. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be very cool.
He is always looking for an excuse to take his shirt off, so that would probably be a good role for him. Dude, he takes his shirt off in every movie, bro. It's like Matthew McConaughey. He's like, you know what?
To be fair though,
I don't really need to wear
be
my
honest.
shirt. Though.
If you had like a body that you felt was just the way you wanted to be, wouldn't you walk around with your shirt off most of the time?
Look, I have a body that I love,
like
and I walk around naked.
Would you have a shirt on right now?
No.
Exactly.
Dude, if I was The Rock, I would walk the red carpet in a banana hammock, dude. There's no way I wouldn't, dude. Like that dude is just so good looking and chiseled that it'd be like he shows up to his own red carpet premiere with just like a thong. Like that's it. And you know how they always ask like what you're wearing? Like those like popular what brand are you wearing? It's just a Walmart thong, bro. And he just like continues walking.
There you go. There you go, bro. I'll be honest with you. If I had a body like The Rock, I would somehow make it mandated that when I work at my job, I have to have my shirt off. Or it's just not working here.
I never
simple.
wear a shirt again as long as I work.
Exactly. As long as I'm working and putting up the numbers you need me to put up, I should be able to have my shirt off.
JVK as dad says, having a body chiseled from stone is pure hell. that's that subtle brag. It's a tough life having a body that's ripped.
Exactly. But I do want to say this though. From everything I've heard, Keanu Reeves is like one of the nicest people you'll meet though. Like,
I've heard that
everybody talks about the dude being a super nice, humble guy. He's not one of those guys who's like, I'm this big star. No, he's like super nice to everybody.
I have heard that too. Yeah.
So props to that. Like I think that's really cool
for
when
sure.
You're able to still be kind of nice to people and not just be an asshole just to be one because you made it. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
So no matter what, I will respect that out of him. That's cool.
For sure. I would like to see him in the Marvel universe. So I was holding out hope for Ghost Rider because I know he likes the motorcycles and everything. He actually does ride and everything like that. So that would have been cool. Namor is a funny choice. I could get down with that. But I can't remember what the other one actually was. Like they were saying Keanu was going to play. Like there was a strong rumor, but I'll think of it.
No matter what, it can't be Ghost Rider because Nicolas Cage is going to play Ghost Rider again.
He better fucking not. No,
he's gonna
I can't do it again. I can't take any more of old Nicolas man Cage. Ghost Rider. No. Yeah, he was old when he played it the first time. I can't imagine. Oh God.
Yeah, he's super old. I mean, to be fair, Keanu Reeves ain't no spring chicken either, though.
No, he's not. But at least he looks younger. Takes care of his skin a little more.
compared to be fair though, have you seen that movie we were talking about a couple of weeks ago?
No, I still haven't seen it yet.
You need to see it, bro.
HBO. I know, I do.
See it. I think that might change your mind on my man Nicolas Cage.
It'll make me enjoy him for that one movie. Dude, honestly, like he came into the game with that movie where he stole the Declaration of Independence, and he looked 50 then. And that was like I was in middle school. And he's still to be honest though, it doesn't look like he's gotten any older, but he just still looks like he's 50. You know what I mean?
He still looks like an old man.
Yeah, he's just always looked old. There has been no time, even like Nicolas Cage's first movie when he was like maybe 18 or whatever, he still looked like he was 55 years old. I'm like, what the hell? Like, put the cigarettes down, Nicolas Cage. God, that's terrible for you. It is not. You need to drink some milk to do your body some good, man. I don't know what's going on.
Life, it's a tough life, bro.
He's just chain smoking since the age of 5.
But I do want to ask you real quick though, especially about with the Justice League stuff.
Okay.
What if the movie does actually blow your expectations? What if it actually is good though?
I'd be very happy. I would be happy for having a chance at getting some really good DC movies finally.
Have you seen the last trailer of it?
I've
The
seen.
one that actually shows Darkseid.
No, I have not.
That trailer looked pretty good. That did not
Okay.
look like a bad trailer. I was like, okay, if this trailer is really like how the movie's going to be, this could be okay. Again, I don't think it's going to blow my mind, but I was like, this could be good. The
I
trailer
mean,
looks really good.
it
I
has
enjoyed
to
the
be
trailer.
better than the last one, right? Like that's the goal.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
it's not a hard thing to beat, right? So it
It's
just
not.
has to be better than the last one, okay?
Yeah.
But again, if it is really really good, which I'm not hating against it, I'm not rooting against it or anything. So if it's really really good, that will open the door to more decent DC movies. We had the Joker, which blew everyone's minds and expectations. I'm sure. I was even
That
saying
did
when I saw
way
the
better
trailer,
than what people thought it was.
when
Yeah,
I saw the
yeah.
trailer, I was like, "This is going to be freaking garbage." And then that movie had
Same here.
just
Yeah,
exceeded
yeah,
all of our expectations. So if
yeah.
we go from Joker to a decent Justice League, uh, and then that would open studios up or open Warner Brothers up or whatever it is to get better people, get better writers, like actually do stories correctly and move forward and kind of put a priority on these movies the way that Marvel has or Disney, I guess, has put a priority on making decent content Marvel wise. So I'm hoping, because DC has a lot of crazy good stories that would make really, really sick movies and shows, and they're just kind of tossing shit to the CW with Batwoman and Green Arrow, Flash, all that stuff. Some of them, yes, good. There were good seasons here and there. Most of it, not so much. And then then we had the Ben Affleck Batman, not that great. Suicide Squad, terrible. That Harley Quinn movie, god awful. I mean, so we just need. I mean, we need that to be good, and we need the Robert Pattinson Batman to be really good, and then hopefully we can move in a positive direction, DC wise.
Because that was my biggest problem with that movie, Birds of Prey. Exactly what you said, the Harley Quinn movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah,
they changed the name of the movie to Harley Quinn. Was it Harley Quinn featuring the Birds of Prey? Some crap like that. They
yes,
even changed the name to make sure you understand the rest of the girls don't mean anything. It's
correct.
just Harley Quinn's movie. They're
And that
just
chick,
there.
I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she is like a really, really good actress. And
The
they
girl who plays
are
Harley Quinn?
yes.
Right.
And they are not using her talents at all. Man, like not even a little bit. They were like, are you comfortable with being sexualized on screen? She's like, yes. And then that was it.
She's like,
okay.
yeah, I already did basically a sex scene. They're like, oh yeah, that's right, you did do that. All right, take your shirt off. Like,
I mean, Harley Quinn we've talked about Harley Quinn, how we feel about Harley Quinn, and it's like I feel like Harley in the universe that they set up with the Joker movie would have been dope. Like if they did a sad, depressing, like real.
that's what I told you like a year or two ago, where that would be the way I would book Harley Quinn. I would make it where she is completely like, and I think it would make people it will put people even on her side more instead of just like the horny aspect of they're on her side because she's hot. It would be like, no, we're on her side because she's actually a really good character. Like if they showed all that stuff about her, going through the crap with the Joker, no matter how good she did things, the Joker, if things don't go his way, he always gets mad, he beats on her, all of that stuff. And then you eventually show her somewhat at her lowest, but then build her back up, make her see who she really is, and have her do really cool stuff without it having to be all the sexualized stuff. Just have her be a good character and build off of that and kick Joker's ass at the end of the movie or something like that. That's how I would book her. They don't book her that way. They just book her as a psycho, sexy chick.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. With a lot of CGI blowing stuff up around her.
Right.
Yeah. 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 So we need this Justice League movie. The end of what we're trying to say is we need Justice League to be better so we can get a better Harley Quinn.
Exactly.
Or better characters in general.
Harley to have a better movie. A better Harley Quinn in the DC universe. That's the true end game here, apparently.
Well, and then we have James Gunn directing a new Suicide Squad movie. That should be good. James Gunn has proven himself worthy with Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's done a good job there.
a team that nobody knew anything about or cared about at all, if you did know about them, and then made them some of the most lovable people in the Marvel universe. And so they should have just given him that project to begin with, I think, and we would have avoided a lot of garbage. But yeah, so that's just how I feel. Hopefully, moving forward, DC can get some better content going, and kind of build up I guess they're trying to also build a DC universe, like similar to Marvel universe for their films and everything.
Yeah.
Boba Ganoush says it's hard to do Harley and Joker right at PG-13. That's true, but the Joker movie was R.
You have to R-rate it. You have to bite the bullet and actually make it the way it needs to be. You R-rate it, and you do what you got to do. You basically take the Deadpool route, except for obviously you don't actually do Deadpool, but you take the route of like, yo, we're gonna do this right. We're gonna do this justice the best way we can.
Yes, and the Joker was rated R. The Joker was rated R, and it performed very well. And the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey or Harley Quinn movie that was R. I'm pretty sure.
Felt like was it R?
No, I'm pretty sure, because I think they were cursing like the entire time in that movie. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's R. So I think that was R, but they still didn't do it right. And then like you were saying, Deadpool was R, and that outperformed for when it came out. It outperformed for R-rated movies. They've confirmed that they're going to keep Deadpool rated R, and but he will be able to cameo in other movies without them being rated R, which is good. You don't want to mess with that. Like, why would you take away from the character to try to appeal to, I don't know, teens that shouldn't really be watching that character anyway? Right. I'm saying, and even let's with be real, Deadpool, these kids are going to go to the movie anyway. If he's just a cameo, you can have him just show up in a movie and do something funny and then leave. He doesn't have to actually do anything R-rated. Birds, I guess, was PG-13. Okay, I was wrong.
So it was PG-13. Okay, well, there you go. Because I didn't know if that was R-rated, but
I couldn't remember. I felt like they said the F word like a lot, but that might be. Maybe it was me saying "fuck this movie."
If I'm not right, in PG-13 movies, can't you get away with cursing a little bit?
You could say fuck once, I think, and then
ain't that what happened in one of the X-Men movies where Logan, where I think Professor X walked up to Logan, he was like "fuck off" and then left.
Yeah, when he said "go fuck yourself," you're allowed to say it one time in the movie. Yeah. And they play on that a lot in certain movies. I remember in Yes Man with Jim Carrey. He had said it once, and then like when he went to say it again, he pushed some button that like self-bleeped him or whatever. So you're allowed like one time, make it count, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I that's a lot of the crap with the ratings boards. But yeah, just freaking, and so I'm excited about Justice League, right? And I'm excited because we're getting Falcon and the Winter Soldier starting on Friday as well. So it's a good week for superhero content. Or as someone on the internet, someone on the internet made a funny picture that said Captain Mephisto and the Winter Mephisto, which made me really laugh really hard because of how many people were hoping that Mephisto was gonna blossom at the end of WandaVision there.
Dude, all of the theories that me and you came up with, that other people was coming up with, and then basically nothing came from it.
Nope.
That's still somewhat of a letdown. I'm sorry. That's kind of a letdown. Not saying that doesn't like kill the series, but it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
You could have done something a little more cool than just showing her at the end,
and then a lot of people, of course, thought it was hilarious that everyone was speculating and whatnot on WandaVision for like nothing to come out of it. But to be real, I had all my Mephisto books for months before WandaVision, and so I still have them all. I didn't sell them or anything, and I'm just chilling because if not Mephisto, then who? So hopefully we'll get some more content. I know that this is not going to be a very speculative show with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think it's going to be a lot more like street action.
I think it's going to be a lot more like a comedy action thing.
Yeah, car chases, gunfights, one-on-one combat type of stuff.
Yep.
And like
which
you said,
is going to be cool. And how this movie should, not movie,
and a little bit of the comedy angle. Did you watch the newest trailer for that one? Because I did watch the newest.
I did watch the trailer for that one.
Yeah, and that
yeah,
one was
that
good.
was fun.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm totally on board and not entering it from a speculation point at all. I'm just gonna go in and just watch it for fun. I wish they would just dump the whole season, but I get that they're doing episode 1 per week or whatever, so that people don't just buy Disney Plus for a month and then
go
cancel.
Plus, and to be fair though, it's actually a smart business move because look at all the videos on YouTube and just all the people talking on Twitter and Instagram about what's going to happen in WandaVision. It's smart to do it that way, where you got people continuously talking about your show and wanting to keep seeing what's going to actually happen. Obviously, that means eventually, though, they have to pull the trigger and do something special because if they keep doing the same formula, people are going to be like, all right, well, nothing's going to happen. No need to watch. So eventually, they're going to have to do something big. But it's a smart way to do things.
I think the next big thing is going to come in the Loki show, to be honest with you.
Something has to come in the Loki show.
Boba Ganoush says it was R. He just checked. Well, thank you, Boba Ganoush.
It was R?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess it was rated R. But yeah, so I think the Loki show is going to be like, I'm going to speculate on Loki like I speculate on Wanda. I don't give a shit if Wanda didn't pay off or anything. Like I'm still gonna go that ham on the Loki show. Not only just because I think there's gonna be a lot going into it, but also because like for myself to just keep up with what's going on, because that's gonna get where I think the MCU is gonna get very trippy starting in the Loki show. I
want to say this as the first speculative thing. I want to come out and say it. I don't think the original Loki died. I don't think Thanos actually killed him. I think Loki faked his death. So I think in there, Loki, the original one that Thanos supposedly killed, I think he will show up either at the end or at some point in that series.
Dang,
and be alive. Like not just Loki? One of those things where Loki goes into a time thing and meet the other version before the events happen. No, I think Loki is going to. Like something's gonna or here's one more thing actually. Maybe Loki does meet the version before Thanos actually killed him. Let's say Thanos did kill him. And before he ends up meeting that version and it slips out, either he tells him on his own or during a conversation, or the other Loki figures out that, oh shit, Thanos is gonna kill me. And he then fakes his death. That leads to somewhat of a different thing where he then fakes his death. And the reason why he survived is because he knew what was gonna happen. I'm going out there and going with the limb of no matter what, the original Loki will be still alive.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Black Santa is calling that the original Loki is alive. So you think that because there's talks about kid Loki, female Loki, now this like new Loki before the events of really anything like post the first Avengers, and now. So it's just like phase 1 Loki. And then now you're saying like wizened phase 4 Loki is also going to make an appearance. That would be that's why he's going
to show up. He's going to be like, son, let me tell you how this day goes. Because think about it, Loki is how many times have Loki faked his death in the comics?
Many times.
He does it many times. It's hard for me to believe that Loki is not really going to fake his death like that.
Right.
Like it's just gonna happen. That's just it. Like, come on.
Where does he go? Where does he go during the events of or I guess the rest of Infinity War and Endgame? Because there's no Asgard anymore.
I mean, fair enough, but it's Loki. This dude has been all over. It will be hard for me to find that this dude does not have some safe haven where he knows he can go and hide out for a period of time. And if you make it so convincing, someone like Thor is not going to go looking for you. Because no offense, Thor really ain't. It's not like Thor's like this super genius that's always thinking 10 steps ahead.
True.
Like if you make something convincing to Thor, he's going to be like, all right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's true.
I believe it. I fully believe it. Like that's just Thor. Like it's so many times in the comic where Iron Man just tricks Thor just because, Thor's not that smart.
Right.
So you're able to kind of get one over on them, and it's like, all right. Even though, to be fair, Iron Man sometimes pay for that because when Iron Man fights Thor, Thor usually beats the living shit out of him.
Oh, of course.
So,
well, yeah, he goes toe to toe with Hulk, so he can take on Iron Man. So I'm excited about the Loki show. I'm pumped. That one's gonna be like, I think, one among my favorites. But for this week, I know we are going to be covering the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier on my channel with Justin on Friday. And we're back to our regular podcast next Monday. I'm not traveling again for over a month, so I'm home here and doing my thing here. I've got a big sale starting tomorrow. It'll go tomorrow through Friday. And then I'm retiring because I've been canceled.
Exactly. Don't worry, guys. There's still some good news. Even though Dino is retiring, that doesn't mean it's just going to be at an end here, because your boy is getting all the equipment he needs to get some videos out for sure.
Yes,
I'm going to talk to James about the video that I'm trying to get out this week. After I talk to him, I'm not for sure if it's still going to come out this week. I'm going to talk to him about it, see what he thinks. But it's coming soon. No matter what, when Gelta Gear Strive comes out on April 6th, I believe, I'm definitely going to have a review on that on netcode and how the game plays. And you're going to get a lot of game reviews from me. So you might end up getting like 2 videos like a week from each other. You might end up getting something like that. But you're going to definitely get that. I got some great quality equipment coming. Like, I'm spending a lot of money. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Well, I am excited.
So, yeah. Heck yeah, me too, man.
I am excited.
So you get to see more Black Santa. You know, you might get a little dose of super cold water. Hit y'all with some delicious flows and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna put you to sleep in a good way. You know what I'm saying? It's like
put you to sleep in a good way. What?
Nah, you know how when you have like that good meal, like you just ate. You know what I'm saying? You ate good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
you're like, damn, I have diabetes. And then all of a sudden, you go get a little racist.
It's diabetes, but it's all racist. Because that's how that works.
Well, you know when you have a really good meal and then all of a sudden the doctor's like, you're about to lose your foot. And you're
this got a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, anyways, we're wrapping it up for this 7th episode. We'll see you guys next week on Monday.
Don't forget, we're gonna do the Dragon Ball stuff next week too.
We are gonna be talking about Dragon Ball
Z, Dragon Ball Super. All that's gonna be very big. We're gonna talk about some My Hero too, because I got a theory about there's a huge possibility that quirks are more of a disease than evolution. So we got some stuff we're gonna be talking about on that.
All right, perfect. And we will see you guys next time. And as always,
fuck the fence.